Crystal.
Holly, you surprised?
Well, that you were out of jail? No, I'm not surprised about that. I'm just surprised that you were in there in the first place.
I did my penance.
You still angry at Robert?
No. It sunk in. He was just doing it for my own good, I know that. I really flipped out for a while there.
Well, you seem to be calm now.
Do I? Don't let me fool you.
Oh?
I'm just bringing Tanya some food here right now.
Oh, I was going to visit her myself. Do you mind if I tag along?
No, that would be nice. She'd appreciate that. I'd appreciate it, too. We could use your support.
Is something different with Tony?
You could tell?
Is it worse?
Oh, I didn't think that this would go this way. I didn't think it would happen. Things were only going to get better, but that's not the way it's going. Can I talk to you, please? Would you mind?
Yeah, of course.
I talked with Dr. Palmer this morning, and he gave me sort of a prognosis, I guess you could say.
I see.
And he left it up to me whether or not I should tell Tanya.
Have you decided?
No, I haven't. I don't know what to do. That's the problem. See, Tanya has convinced herself that Tony is going to come out of the coma. She believes that with all of her heart, Holly.
Is that what Dr. Palmer told you, that he wouldn't come out of it? Is that the prognosis?
Yeah. He said if it hasn't happened by now, then there isn't much hope.
Oh, my Lord.
So what do I do, Holly? What do I do about Tanya?
I can see it's a difficult decision.
Her mental state isn't that good as it is, but this.
Well, I guess in a case like this, you just have to consider who you're dealing with.
Right. My brother's wife, my sister-in-law, and mother-to-be.
And a woman who is not without medical training.
But she's not paying much attention to it all. Believe me, Holly. She's living in this type of fantasy. You see, she's committed to this vigil that Tony is going to get better. She feels that she has to be there. Her strength is helping him, and she's blocked out the entire world.
Well, now that you put it like that...
What?
Well, I think that it would be a mistake to tell her the truth. Not that I think you should lie to her or tell her anything that was medically inaccurate.
Well, then what would you call it, not telling her what Palmer told me?
I guess allowing her to still have a spark of hope.
Oh, I don't know, Holly. I mean, how long can I avoid telling her the truth?
Until she lets up of it, till she comes back to this world again.
Well, it better be soon.
Maybe I could talk to her a bit, see if she could ease up, if for herself and for the baby.
That might help.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
She's up on the 10th floor right now. She's taking a nap, but I doubt if she'll sleep very long.
Do you know what room she's in?
Yes, 1016. Could you take this to her, please?
Yes, of course.
All right.
But what about you?
I'll tell you what, I'll ride up with you, okay? I want to see Tony while you're talking to her before I go to work, all right?
There you go.
Ah, such service.
Oh, you're easily pleased.
It's not often you have someone waiting with a sandwich when you wake up.
Well, that was courtesy of Frisco. I was just the messenger.
I know how busy you are, and you didn't have to wait.
But I just wanted to find out how both you and Tony are. I don't want to interfere, but I am very concerned about you, Tony.
I'll be all right. As soon as Tony comes out of the coma.
What about now? You're exhausted. How long can you keep this up, day after day, neglecting yourself?
I don't really have much time to think about myself.
But you must. You have to, for Tony's sake. Because down the line, he's going to need you. He's going to need your strength.
Yeah.
And will you have that strength?
Mm-hmm. I have to. I mean, I'm not fooling myself. As soon as he comes out of the coma, there's going to be a lot of therapy. A lot of it, and... Well, I'll have to be part of it.
Right, and you're going to have to get yourself in shape for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it.
But you will now?
Yeah, I have to. I can see that.
And you'll change your schedule?
3 meals a day, I promise.
And a lot of rest, too. And get back to your patients. I mean, you're going to be here on the scene. If there's any change in Tony, you'll be here.
Sure. can do that.
Of course you can.
Everything I do for Tony. Every bit of it.
Are you saying you're not going to accept it?
Is there any law that I have to?
What are you all out of sorts for today, anyway? I tell you that the mayor is giving you a commendation for public service, and you snap at me.
I didn't snap.
Well, I'd hardly call what are you bothering me with that nonsense for a friendly reply.
I just don't have time for this sort of thing.
It's such an honor, though, Robert. You have to accept it.
I don't have to do or accept anything.
Well, what am I going to tell Lee?
Tell him that you'd be happy to accept for me.
Oh,
Me?
excuse me. Hi, Holly. You said you wanted this right away.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
I charge it to the department. It is police business.
What does the dartboard have to do with police business?
Shouldn't you be running along? We don't want you to be late to accept my award now, do we?
Certainly, Robert. Anything you say, anyway. You're probably in a hurry to call your pal Donnelly and tell him what's really going on. You know, Robert really should be here.
I told you, Holly, it's perfectly all right.
Yeah, but this is such an honor.
I know it's also a little last minute. Now, let me have your coat. Huh?
He should have taken a little time off.
Well, I'm sure he's very busy.
With what, I wonder?
Well, the Tony Jones case, I assume. Sit down, honey.
Something must have happened.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing.
Well, now, Holly, it's perfectly all right. I was planning to give out these awards informally anyway.
There'll be other recipients?
Oh, sure. There's Celia Andrews, Claudia, Brian, Jimmy Lee Holt. They've all made very admirable public service contributions lately.
The housing project.
Oh, sure. Now, there's Celia for her mural, Jimmy Lee's time and money, Claudia's financial contribution, and, of course, the whole project has been Brian's baby right from the start.
Robert really should be here, though.
Now, I'll tell you the truth. I would rather present this to you than Robert any day. That's better.
What time is the presentation?
Well, just as soon as everybody gets here. Claudia and Brian are on their way over, but Jimmy Lee's line was busy, and there wasn't any answer at Celia's. I'll try Jimmy Lee again right now. It's Lee Baldwin, Jimmy Lee.
Hello, Lee. How are you?
Fine. Listen, I realize this is a little last minute, but the city council has voted on public service awards for several of Port Charles's more civic-minded citizens, and I'm happy to announce that you are one of them.
I won a public service award?
That's right, for your contribution to the housing project. Celia did, too.
Celia won one also?
That's right. And now, look, I'm handing out these awards here in my office just as soon as you can all get here. Could you get over here now?
Sure.
I'm also wondering if you could locate Celia for me.
Oh, I think I can do that. I'll talk to you later. Robert, here's the knife that killed Van Mercer.
This is the one we took out of the dummy. Identical.
Right. That's a nice throw, Robert, but that set I got you does come with darts.
I'm more interested in knives.
You're gonna need a bigger dartboard.
Dartboard's good enough for our killer.
Huh? Come on, Robert, you're losing me.
You'll catch up.
Well, not with the clues that you're throwing at me.
Sorry.
Look, maybe it'd help to talk about it. A dartboard isn't as good as a sounding board, and it doesn't talk back.
I appreciate the offer, Bert, but I'm not looking for an argument. I have a great one going for me as it is, between me and myself.
Oh? Well, who's winning?
Too soon to tell.
Okay, take it out on the dartboard.
Right.
You know, when you do need some help, all you have to do is just whistle.
Just need a bit more time to mull it over.
Okay, go ahead, mull it over, because when you do, you usually come up with all the right answers.
Happens when you ask the right questions.
Ah.
This time, I might be sorry I did.
Are you interested in this report on tracing down those knives?
Yeah, what do you got?
Take a look. 13 knives from 13 different shops.
Great.
All the boys were available working on it. We should come up with something. Hey, Robert, come on. She'll get over it.
Who?
Holly.
What about her?
Well, I'm sorry. I couldn't help but notice that she seemed a little miffed when she left you.
I didn't notice.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought that's what was bothering you.
I wish it were that simple.
Well, what?
I'm not sure, Bert. I'm onto something here. And when it breaks, it's going to affect a whole lot of people.
Haven't lost your touch, old buddy.
Good thing we're not playing for money.
You know, that mural of Celia's is a wonderful blend of modern conceptualization and classical application.
Jimmy Lee, you don't say.
Well, didn't you notice?
Oh, yes, it's a lovely thing.
You know, it's incredible how she took reality and made it her own.
I believe one of the critics said that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's how it must have stuck in my mind.
Well, I must say I'm very impressed with your knowledge of art, Jimmy Lee.
Well, it's just that I've gotten very interested in it lately.
Oh, I wish Brian would become more interested.
Hey, look, if I like something, I like it. But this modern stuff is a little bit much.
Yeah, if it's not a picture of 3 ballerinas or 2 fishermen, he hates it.
I just like looking at something I can identify
Well,
with.
don't underestimate modern art. It can be very exciting.
Pass.
Can't believe this is the same Jimmy Lee Holt I used to know.
You're going to become so cultured that none of us are going to recognize you.
I don't have a chance of that.
Well, I think it's wonderful that you're interested in cultural pursuits.
Listen, we can use more of this in Port Charles, Jimmy Lee.
Well, that is why I've become involved in promoting the Beaux-Arts Ball.
Oh, and you just suddenly became interested in all of this.
Well, I kind of have to owe it all to Celia. I mean, she opened my eyes to the fact that there are a lot of beautiful things in the world today, and they should be appreciated.
Like her mural.
Especially her mural.
Especially.
Well, obviously the city council felt the same way. That's why they voted her this commendation.
Where is Celia, anyway?
She told me she had an errand to her.
Well, she'll be here shortly. And as soon as she arrives, I will present the commendations.
Oh, well, what about Robert?
I'm accepting for him.
Has he got any leads on that Tony Jones shooting?
Nothing he's telling me about. He's been in a fog lately, and I don't know why.
Mr. Donnelly in?
No, Mr. Scorpio, I'm sorry he's out.
You expecting him?
I can't say. He left without telling me where he was going.
I see.
But he left his briefcase, so he couldn't have gone too far.
Then I'll wait.
Coffee?
Please, black.
Here you go, Mr. Scorpio.
Thank you.
Here she is.
Oh, good. I got the art books, Jimmy.
Great. That's terrific.
I hope I haven't kept everyone waiting.
Oh, we realize that Jimmy Lee's cultural education comes first.
Well, Lila and I got started talking.
Well, I'm just kidding.
No. We were just remarking on how knowledgeable Jimmy Lee has become about her.
Yes, and I told him I couldn't have done it without you.
Well, you couldn't have learned anything unless you'd wanted to.
Yeah, but you inspired me.
Well, maybe a little.
Well, could we get on with the commendations? I am dying to hear Lee say how terrific we all are.
Come on, Lee, stop flattering her.
Well, all right, Holly, Celia, Jimmy Lee, just gather around here. This is serious for a minute now.
All right.
Now, this project happened because of you people, all of you. Claudia, Brian, and Robert, Celia, and Jimmy Lee. You all made your own contribution. Now, Brian, for your tireless efforts in bringing this low-cost housing project to fruition. And Jimmy Lee, for your material and financial contribution. Claudia, not only for your financial contribution, but for your support. Here, here. And Celia, for the beauty that you brought to this whole project with your mural. And to Robert Scorpio for his tireless efforts in making Port Charles a safer place in which to live.
Here, here.
To all of you, the City Council and I present these commendations for your public service to the people and to the city of Port Charles.
Well, all right.
Beautiful.
Lee, I gotta tell you, you don't know what this means to me.
Listen, you have come a long way in the short time you've been here, Jimmy Lee.
I'm proud to be a member of the city, I really am.
Oh, aren't we all terrific, though?
Yes, we are, and I'll tell you something. Doing this for other people has made me realize how lucky we really are.
Yes, we all are.
I feel terrific.
Me too.
I'll tell you what, you keep on to that terrific feeling. We'll go to my place and we'll celebrate. What do you say?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'll just call the babysitter and tell her we'll be late.
I'll tell her you'll be a lot late because I'm in the mood to party.
Okay.
Hey, Lee, you gonna come with us?
Well, I'm sorry. You know, the mayor's work is never done. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lee, maybe some other time.
All right, some other time. Listen, I'll walk you all out.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I'll get that for you.
Mayor. All right. Lovely.
Just get my coat, will you?
Honey?
Right behind you. Lee, thanks again, huh?
You bet. Say hello to Robert for me,
Yes,
will you?
I will. Thanks, Lee.
You bet.
Is this the important meeting that I was kept waiting for? Sounded like you had a cocktail party going on in
Edward, how are you?
there. I am angry. What's happened to the police in this community, anyway?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
For the past couple of years, the whole department has been going downhill.
Edward, that is a sweeping statement.
Sweeping, that's a good word, because that's exactly what this department needs. A great big broom. And I suggest you use it without mercy, Mr. Mayor, because I'm
Now,
telling you...
Edward, wait a minute. Just a minute, please. Now, what brought all this on? Are you, in possession of some statistics I don't know about?
Statistics? Who needs them? All you have to do is look around. You can see we have a problem.
Edward, statistics help. That's how we pinpoint the trouble spots.
Oh, please. You know, I know. Anybody with half a brain knows that figures can be manipulated. They can be used to prove anything you want to prove. Nobody's safe from crime these days. Not you, not me, not even the commissioner's wife. Hell, a man's not even safe in his own hospital bed.
Now, that is being investigated.
Oh, investigated.
But I don't understand what it is you want from me.
I think it's time for a complete shake-up in this police department. Right from the very top.
My God, Edward, I don't know how you can continue to suggest that my husband is not doing a good job as police commissioner.
Have you looked at the statistics since he's been in?
Well, why don't you take a look at this?
And what is this?
This is a commendation for public service just awarded to Robert by the mayor.
What?
If you're looking to get